Alright, we're at the start of the combat phase, which means we're discarding any combat cards we don't want. And then we're going to refill hand to 5 cards total. I vaguely know who I want to send out. I'm going to send out Gogol, so I'm going to get rid of Shieldmate. No one cares. No one's going to mess with Gogol. So I discarded 1. I'm going to redraw 1. I believe the other 2 players have already made their discards. So then we select alphas, just drag and drop them, kind of stick them in front. If you're playing in real life, you can just shove them forward, but with Lackey, you kind of have to move them. I've selected Gogol. Waiting for the other 2 guys to pick alphas. Oh, wait, Diego has an offensive effect before we pick alphas. Alright, Dreamspeaker Mage decided to kill my Fenrir's Bite and then go hide in the Umbra. For no particular reason that I can figure out, but maybe he's got a clever plan. I'm still using Gogol as my alpha. You can see when you touch cards, they'll pop up over in the side screen on the left with the actual thing. For whatever reason, he's not showing up right. If you want to flip them and see the alternate Chrono side, just hit Shift and then flip to the right side. He actually was flipped and was just not showing up correctly in the sidebar. And you can also see the drop-down menu up on the left-hand side, the white, which shows you the spoiler text, which has that. And if he was a character that had any errata on him. Let me see if I can find one that does. See, Gear has errata on him. You can see under his regular text the actual errata attached to the card. It appears right there. And Corey is going to be the alpha, and Carlson's going to use his ability to go first. And Swims is the other alpha, and Carlson Brew is using his ability to let Swims go first to attack a enemy. And surprising no one, Pix uses Fox Frenzy and runs away because his deck consists entirely of escapes, which is really annoying. So basically what had happened Swims here was there was actually a tie between Gogol and Swims as to who would go first. Carlson used his ability to let his alpha go first to attack a worm creature. He attacked Quarry. Quarry immediately played Fox Frenzy and ran away. That was unexciting. Well, let's see. Gogol is now up. Gogol will go after one of the Psychomiki in the hunting grounds, these terrifying pink things. And I'm going to actually use Razor Claws, which the next thing that I play as a combat card that actually hits will do +2 damage. This is a gift. He's an Arun and a Get of Fenris. He needed at least Gnosis 1 and to be one of those 2 things to be able to play it. He's both, and he's also Gnosis 7. He had way too much. Let's just go all full out. Gogol is not amused with the Psycho McKee. Where are you? Where am I up? Accidentally flipped Gogol over, that was my bad. Now we both selected a combat card. Dragged it out here, just pick and drag and drop. That's usually how a Lackey works. Pick it up, drag it wherever the hell you want it, drop it there. And then I'm going to come down here on the menu and say, ready to reveal. He said, go ahead. Now we're going to more or less simultaneously reveal our cards. Wow! Massive death for everybody. I finally killed something! I'm so excited! This is turn 3. Pix has been making sure no one can kill anything for several turns by it always running away. Alright, Mangle normally does 6 damage. It's a rage 8. Gogol had 10 rage, so he was easily be able to play it. And he had Razor Claws, so it does plus 2 damage, so it does a total of 8 damage. And the Psycho McKee has exactly 8 health and is now dead. Of course, it did a lung burst to me, which is not very nice, but it was worth it. Because I finally got some victory points. And we're just going to tidy this up by, like I said, just drag and drop. I drag and drop that there, which was the combat discards. There's the set discards. And after any combat which ended and you have less than 5 combat cards in your hand, you refill your combat hand to 5. You can see the little tabs here. I only had 4 combat cards. I refill 1. Now it's Quarry's turn. He could attack Gogol. Gogol looks soft and squishy. Maybe. He's taken 6 damage from Lung Burst. I don't think Pix is going to do so. Unsurprisingly, he passed. The valid options when you are alpha are to attack the other alpha, attack something in the hunting grounds, which is this area in the middle here. You can challenge one of the creatures that's sitting on the back row to come out and fight. They may turn you down. There are cards that will force you to accept challenge, but obviously he didn't have any of those. The other option the alpha has is he can attack a territory. There aren't any out right now. He can also, if he's in the Umbra, he can attack a spirit to try and bind it, but nobody fit that definition. And the other option is pass, which is what Quarry did. And we're now at the end of the turn, so we can see if there's anything else we'd like to do before the end of turn. Just because I think it's funny, I'm going to give Gogol Might of Thor. He really doesn't need it because there's nothing in this deck he can't play naturally, but it's going to scare people, so I'm going to put it on him just to mess with their heads. That is basically how, and at the end of the turn, basically you want to go through, do a quick last look at your Septan, see if there's anything else you wanted to do before the end of the turn, do it, and then we'll move on to the next turn. And you can see Lackey has some built-in things where it actually talks, and that was the turn advance noise.